The story begins in a place that feels cold, silent, and controlled. A laboratory. Inside, we meet a woman who has dedicated her life to science. She is intelligent, focused, and completely absorbed in her work. Her goal is clear: to create something that shouldn't exist. An artificial life form. Not a machine. Not exactly human either. Something in between. Day after day, she works in isolation, refining her creation. Every detail matters. Every movement is calculated. To her, this isn't just an experiment. It's an obsession. But she's not entirely alone. There's someone else in her life. A man who supports her research financially and personally. Their relationship is complicated, private, hidden from the outside world. At first, everything seems under control. The lab is quiet. The experiment is still, and nothing appears out of place. But then, something begins to feel different. The camera lingers on the creation. A lifeless figure lying still, unmoving. Watching nothing. Or so it seems. As time passes, subtle details begin to change. The atmosphere becomes heavier. The silence louder. The scientist continues her work, unaware of what's about to happen. Or Mavi, she chooses not to notice. One night, as everything unfolds in the lab, something impossible happens. The eyes of the creation open. At first, it's barely noticeable. A small movement. A flicker of awareness. But it's enough. Because now, it's no longer just an experiment. It's watching. What follows is not chaos, not destruction, but something far more unsettling. Observation. The creation doesn't move much. It doesn't speak. It doesn't react in ways you would expect. It simply watches. And that changes everything. The scientist, still focused on her work and her life, begins to exist under a new presence, a silent observer. One that sees everything, understands nothing, or maybe understands too much. The tension begins to build, not through action, but through awareness. The idea that something you created, something you believed was lifeless, is now looking back at you. There's no confrontation, no explanation, just a growing sense that the boundaries between creator and creation are starting to blur. As the story progresses, we begin to question everything. Is the creation truly alive? Does it fell? Does it thing? Or is it simply mimicking life? And more importantly, we now. The scientist continues her work, but something has changed in her behavior. Subtle shifts, moments of hesitation, small glances towards something she doesn't fully understand. Deep down, she knows. The lab is no longer just a place of control, it's a place of uncertainty. Meanwhile, the relationship outside the experiment continues, adding another layer of tension, secrets, hidden interactions, things left unsaid. And all of it, observe. The creation becomes the center of something deeper than science. It represents something uncomfortable. The idea that life can exist without permission. That something can awake without being invited. As the story reaches its final moments, the tension peaks not through action, but through realization. The scientist stands in the same room as her creation. But now, everything feels different. She is no longer just the creator. She is being watched. And in that moment, the power dynamic shifts. The story doesn't end with answers. It ends with a feeling. A cuestión. What happens when something you believed was lifeless begins to see you? And more importantly, what does it understand? The screen fades, but the tension remains because some creations don't stay silent forever.